What's up, boys? I just wanted to record a quick video of today's trade because I think it is a day we can learn a lot from, just because this is one of the more discretional trades I've taken recently, just because I decided to take a 30-minute inversion that's tapping into a 3-minute, so it's mechanically invalid, but I still think this was the highest probability trade of the day, and it was. So starting on the high time frame, what do I notice? Before market open, we had these two unfilled hourly gaps right here and right here. So I was either waiting for market open to open, manipulate into this hourly gap, the more premiumed one, and get an instant inversion out of that. But off market open, we actually do get this, but we get a kind of shitty inversion, so I wasn't really willing to put risk behind it. That idea gets break even, and we end up putting in failure swings, adding to the liquidity pool. So now my idea is that we want to go tap into the more discounted hourly and 15-minute, 30-minute gap. After generating this liquidity at 9:45 or 10 a.m., we would want to manipulate into those lows and then get our entry model to back to all-time highs. And that's exactly what ends up happening. We have 9:30 open, the fake out, and then it edges a high. We end up having equal highs, and then we start generating failure swings on the way down to these imbalances, and we end up tapping into it, getting our 9:45 open around here, and then we get our instant inversion out of it. But this was before 10 a.m. I did not want to take this trade because I believe the inversion for that trade was at 9:58, and that is a very poor time to enter, even though 10 a.m. doesn't have to remanipulate because there's no more open liquidity after we filled both the hourly imbalances and the 15-minute imbalance in this dealing range. And so assuming that we don't want to remanipulate, I'm more willing to take a lower time frame inversion after we react out of a fair value gap in this leg, because I am assuming that 10 a.m. does want to open low to then high close. But I don't know how far it wants to go. If it wants to remanipulate or just wants to tap an imbalance, or it might just open and just rip higher, in which case I wouldn't take a trade. But we end up tapping into the first presented fair value gap. It was also a VPR in this initial inversion leg, which we did get that really nice V-shaped recovery, instant reaction out of this 15-minute and 1 hour gap. And we end up tapping into the 1-minute fair value gap and getting a 30-second inversion with huge, massive displacement. So I was not willing to wait for the 3-minute to close, as it was probably going to, I think it was going to close 3 minutes after this inversion happened, and I was assuming that it would probably be way in premium by the time it closed, and the risk reward would be absolutely cooked. Um, so my idea was just manage my risk well by, first of all, not risking super heavy, and then we get the 30-second inversion, and then I go break even when it makes sense for price to reverse and threaten my stop loss. But this is a very safe stop at the swing low. I did not have it at the swing low because it was also a 15-minute rejection block. I had it below the 50%, so it was pretty protected along with the first presented. The first presented is the most strong, especially when we have that V-shaped recovery, and it was BPR. No reason for price to go and resweep once we get that 30-second inversion. So the only reason I would go break even is if price decided to go stop raid the lows that tapped into the first presented, and then we get a resweep, in which case I would be worried about price then wanting to go below here, because if it wanted to go and hit my break even, which was around here, then I would assume price just wants more liquidity lower and the rest of the day would be bearish. But that's not what ends up happening. I never get my stop loss threatened. Let me just go to the 30-second. So let's go to market open. So here it is. So let's play price at market open. So we have the hourly gap right here. And what I'm looking for initially, again, market to open, 9:30 to open, and then we get our tap into the hourly gap, and then we get our instant reaction out of it to then target these equal highs and data high and 5-minute for value gap or all-time highs, and then look for a con after I exit. But that's not what ends up happening, because we do get this 9:30 open low, expecting a high close like this, but I really did not like the inversion. As you can see, the displacing candles down was a lot bigger bodies when these candles have a lot of wick and a lot of indecision in them. So just mechanically, this is a good trade, but discretionally, I did not want to take this. And it ends up just adding to this liquidity pool and never sweeping any significant liquidity. And then we start to generate this low resistance like this on the way down until, so we're just stalling until 9:45 and 10 a.m. So what ends up happening, 9:45 opens, we trade below 9:45, so we're any time discount now. And once we are in this time discount, we start printing the close, which is a reversal candle close, as you can see, after we get this V shape. So this is 9:58. This is the initial entry. I did not want to take this, even though it looked like a reversal candle like this. I still wanted to wait for the next candle because I did not know if we wanted to remanipulate, which in that case it would be a much higher probability trade, but I did not need that to take an inversion because it would still be very high probability and show even more strength if 10 a.m. decided to not sweep the low and only needed to tap a discounted imbalance in this reversal leg to then take us to all-time highs again, or at least these equal highs. And um, so it ends up happening. So we have 9:45 opening here, and it's not letting me go down. And then 10 a.m. 10 a.m. opens here. And what do we do at 10 a.m.? We open low. So this already adds to my conviction that we do want to go higher. And then we have this BPR right here. Just mark out the BPR part. But we have this first presented. And I am watching price right now. We tap into the BPR, get an instant reaction out of it, and get this super, super strong inversion. I end up taking my position long, just targeting a 1-to-1 to these equal highs. And I was just going to go break even once we hit the trend line and we started to reject, or again, we sweep this high and then we go and resweep. Once we go up here and sweep this high, my stop loss is threatened if we then get an inversion to the downside. But right now my stop loss is not threatened because there is no stop raid, no internal stop raid right now. And just, I mean, going break even is fine, but this 5-minute right here and this 3-minute, what is it doing? Why do we not need to go break even? Because it is defending low resistance liquidity. Sure, it might have a reaction, but what is this 1-minute defending? It's defending high resistance, high time frame, high resistance, distributing liquidity. And that is a great reason to not go break even. So as you can see, we get this 30-second. We end up getting the internal stop raid. Very sloppy delivery. It's Friday, but we do end up getting the distribution to our equal highs, which closed out the day for me. Done for the day. Would have really liked this Judas instead of this setup, but this setup was nice. Would have been a lot cleaner looking probably if 10 a.m. just swept this and then it would have no problem distributing. But again, super great trade. I know Armin caught this. Good job on Armin. But today's a great example why you should wait for 10 a.m. and the actual PO3 to happen before you take your position. And just understanding the open, high, low close of every high time frame candle being the 15-minute and above. And also staying patient because I know there was a lot of fake opportunities in here for long and short. I would not wanted to take this short or this short just because we are shorting versus we're with equal highs and unfilled imbalances and all-time highs at our stops. So it would be much better to take either the reversal or rebalance right here, or taking a continuation long, but obviously it's late in the session, so we're not going to get the cont. We have to take the reversal for the highest probability. The cont is going to be somewhere in here. I haven't reviewed it. Yeah, it looks like there's no continuation. It just rips higher with nothing. Yep, no cont. So good thing we got this set up, but very discretional trade. Again, if you caught this or you can learn about it or take something out from this video, it's just using your discretion for break-evens and not going completely mechanical, because the mechanical break-even, oh my gosh, would just be this 5-minute, and obviously we tapped into it while doing the 30-second, but also this 3-minute, so you would just had to go break even mechanically instantly. But what you really need to think about with your break-evens is what is this defending versus attacking. So say we had a 5-minute gap right here. I would not want to go break even after this closes and then we push higher. just because, yeah, say the 5 minute gap was here, and we get the 30-second inverse down here. We tap into the 5 minute here. I would not want to go break even. This would have gotten break even if target's higher and then you went break even at the 5. But I would not go break even just because what is it doing? It's defending A plus DOLs being equal highs and all-time highs, as well as low time frame, low resistance liquidity, and mid time frame, low resistance liquidity. This is 15-minute slanted highs, smooth highs, so very nice target. So it is defending low resistance, equal highs, and an A plus high time frame draw, and a mid time frame low resistance, and attacking very high resistance counter trend. So in reality, there is no reason for going break even at the 5 because it has no threat to your stop loss. If we are truly going to be bullish, um, or if we even wanted to be bearish, we aren't going to deliver off the 5 minute. So what you should be looking for is going break even when we actually can reverse, when the low resistance is done. Um, and we could reverse and need to threaten high resistance to put in even higher resistance to take higher resistance. But what is up right now? Low resistance, equal highs, A plus draw, on-field imbalances, all draws that price is easily able to get to, especially when we print this wick. So a lot to learn from today. And yeah, journal your trades. Good job, everybody.